My name is Caleb Thompson, and I'm here to talk to you today about our company, ExoPT, where we help individuals regain their independence. ExoPT is a revolutionary rehabilitation exoskeleton that helps people move their arms, specifically after stroke. Why stroke? Stroke is the leading cause of disability worldwide, with almost 800,000 individuals suffering a stroke in the United States alone. This can have an impact in their life in many different aspects. One of those aspects is in the form of motor disability, or hemiparesis, where the individual loses the ability to control or move one half of their body. As you can see, there are a couple different kinds of hemiparesis. One of them is a flaccid hemiparesis, meaning they're weak, limbs are limp, and the muscles are unable to activate. On the other end, there's spastic hemiparesis, meaning that the muscles are too active, and that in itself inhibits the individual from being able to move their arm as they would like. And these issues are not just issues that the individual would experience throughout a short time, throughout therapy, 6 months, year. Rather, over 2/3 of the individuals who suffer a stroke and have hemiparesis are chronically disabled. As you can imagine, this would have a huge impact on their lives, as they would not be able to do potentially their work that they did before. Have an impact on their families. Their family would now need to become their caregivers. And also expanding this can have a huge impact on society at large.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Bahar, and I'll explain to you why would any stroke patient go with ExoPT and not ordinary physiotherapy. So it's mainly 3 reasons. The first reason is the duration of the physiotherapy sessions. It lasts from 3 to 6 months according to the coverage of the insurance. The insurance is not going to cover more than 6 months of physiotherapy sessions. The second thing is the duration and the distance that every stroke patient is going to cover during physiotherapy sessions. Imagine the frustration that the stroke victims go through for every session they have to go and every mile they have to cover. And they are stroke patients, bear in mind this, which is very important. It's so tiring for them. The last part is the money, the cost of physiotherapy sessions. It could cost you around $350 per session to have a physiotherapy. So imagine 3 sessions per week for 6 months. How would that cost them? This is really expensive. Let's look at how ExoPT could help them solve these problems. So the first thing is ExoPT will not give you the limit of 6 months of physiotherapy sessions. You can use the device at home at your own pace as much as you can. Second thing is you can use this device at home, which is a very big privilege for stroke patients. You don't have to go to physiotherapy clinics and physiotherapy sessions each and every time you want to go through a treatment session. The last thing is the cost of ExoPT. It will cost you around $8,000 to purchase ExoPT and use it at home. While for the ordinary physiotherapy, it could cost you minimum $12,000. So imagine you can save around $4,000 minimum when you go with ExoPT.
Hi, my name is John McMurray, and I'd like to introduce you to our product. So the ExoPT is an exoskeleton rehabilitation device. The user also will wear an EMG bracelet, standing for electromyography, which is where the brain would send electrical impulses from the brain through the muscles, and this bracelet will actually pick up on those electrical impulses. With these impulses, the bracelet will relay the message to the device, where the motors will then initiate the movements desired by the recipient. The user then can regain motor controls of their limbs and be able to return to daily life.
Let's talk about the business model, which is the road trip that every stroke patient will go through with us till the rehabilitation phase. So the first phase with us is when our team of doctors prescribes a customized ExoPT for every stroke patient based on the case that they have. The second phase is when the insurance company covers the cost of the ExoPT, which is a customized device for every case of a stroke patient. The third phase is the rehabilitation phase, where the stroke patient is going to go through using the ExoPT device, and then we will wish you or them happy and good recovery.
Hey everyone, my name is Tan Lin. I'm here to talk to you about the market we're entering into. So as you can see, physical therapy, its market size is upwards of $44.8 billion. Now, looking at the global medical exoskeleton market size, that is up to around 300 million in market size. That is projected to go upwards of $2 billion in the next 5 years. We hope to capture both of these markets and have a total addressable market of $8 billion. Now, our go-to market strategy starts with establishing ourselves in both the medical and physical therapy industries, going to expos and conventions and creating connections there. Also, in our advertisement, we will be trying to reach older audiences through TV and radio, but younger audiences as well through Facebook, creating Facebook groups and creating community through that. Also using TikTok as a platform, as it's highly underrated, where everyone gets to have a voice to speak their experience, and we hope that our stroke patients are able to speak their experience using ExoPT. And then through insurance, ReWalk was one of the first exoskeleton companies out there to begin getting their product adopted through insurance. We hope to follow similar to their path and have people like United Healthcare and Medicare to adopt us as well.
Let's address the competitors. Currently, there are a few products on the market that are similar to ours. We have Myomo, Sabo, and Hokoma. Similar to ours, Myomo is also for an upper limb disability. Unfortunately, there's only 2 assisted movements, in the elbow and in the hands. The Sabo is rudimentary in design with springs, so individuals that suffer from a spastic or flaccid muscle injury, springs aren't necessarily the best thing for them. There are different options for different individuals who have different disabilities suffering from stroke, so something as rudimentary as that is not a great choice for them. Lastly, Hokoma. Hokoma is a stationary, very cumbersome, and very expensive device. This device is only available to individuals at premium physical therapy locations, and unfortunately, a lot of individuals who are affected by stroke might not have the means to be able to afford access to a device such as that. Let's talk about our advantages. Flexible consumer scheduling, assisted motor controls, and a non-impeding human design. For flexible consumer scheduling, once you own this device, you can use it whenever and wherever you'd like to. This device is something that you aren't limited to a 1 to 2 hour physical therapy session. You can wear this device and it can operate with you all day long. The assisted motor controls give you use of the limb that you lost. Using these motors, you're able to use your fingers, use your arm. Once you had a flaccid arm, you now have the option to use it again. You reclaimed your independence. The non-impeding human design, it's ergonomic. You can wear this all day without impeding your ability to do your daily life. In fact, it'll actually enhance it with the assisted motors.
Our team is uniquely poised to lead this project and take ExoPT to market. I lead the team as CEO, and I have a background in biomedical engineering. I'm a PhD candidate in that field, and I have experience working with these patients and developing this technology. Our research is going to be led by John McMurray. He has experience in project management and a degree in mechanical engineering. Mohammed Bakr will be our director of operations. He has he's a PhD candidate within chemical engineering. And our finances, our chief financial officer is Tan Lin. He has a BS/MS in electrical and computer engineering. So like I said, I have experience working with these patients and developing this technology. This is the culmination of many years of research. Our first testimonial was from a participant who helped us with our EMG control. So this person, upon seeing a hand on a screen that she was able to control with her muscles, said, "Seeing this gives me hope for my hand." This individual is unable to move their hand without assistance, and just seeing that they were able to control something gave them hope that they would be able to move again. A participant in early exoskeleton studies was just really wanting to take the device home already, and was wondering when take-home trials would happen, and we will be working with this as we go forward with our FDA approval. The last testimonial we have is a participant in both studies who really just wanted to know when he could come back. Participating in this research and interacting with the technology that we've developed was exciting for him as he imagined the possibilities and the future that this technology would give to him. In closing, we are asking for $2 million of funding that will last us about 2 years in exchange for 10% of our company. The $2 million will be used as we ramp up manufacturing and go through the FDA approval process. After 2 years, we will begin selling our product, and investors can expect a return within 5 years. And in closing, thank you all so much for your time, and we'll take any questions. And we also have this lovely video of the exoskeleton being controlled by a motion capture camera of the opposite hand. Thank you.
So you talked about how you're looking to get your device to the FDA. What regulatory pathway, classification, etc. for your device?
510K. There are similar devices on the market, and it's non-invasive, so we're able to go through the 510K approval process.
Yeah, sorry if I missed that. I'm terrible at multitasking whenever I write. I don't hear what's being said in front. But so you're going to sell that for $8,000?
Yes.
And make a profit of that?
Yes.
So like have like margins. So you think you can actually produce it, including like regulatory costs and stuff, for like $4,000 or $5,000, something like that?
Yep.
So have you actually made any like materials requirements or anything?
So
It seems
the current cost,
to me is
yeah,
where I'm coming from.
yeah, the current cost to develop this device is, with the 3D printed materials, about $1,000. So with other materials, we could potentially get higher costs depending on some different things, but $8,000 is actually less than a lot of the exoskeletons on the market. Like the Myomo, one of our closest, the most similar product on the market is about $15,000.
Yeah, I believe that. That's why, like, I think it's a major selling point, right?
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
price,
exactly.
But like, I saw that, and I agree. Like, some people pay that much in subscription drugs per month, right? So,
Yep.
I was surprised to see that lower number. But you think that's?
I think it's feasible.
Production, that even on a small scale,
Yes.
like just 3D printed, build it one at a time. Awesome.
What would you anticipate like the user startup costs, such as like engineers, to improve the design, warehousing, stuff like that?
So the $2 million covers all of that.
Okay.
When would you expect to be like profitable? Would it take like a full year to do the finished development and stuff, or would you be right out of the gates after investment?
We'll probably start to be profitable in year 3 or 4, which is why investors can expect a return within 5 years.
So you didn't really mention any, so you said you're using motors for it to kind of help assist, but you haven't really mentioned like what's preventing the motors from like overextending and causing extra damage.
There are safety measures in place to prevent the motors from overextending.
Is it just like a switch or something that goes too far, it was click and shut off?
They'll be limited in motion and software and hardware wise.
So yeah, like firm stops in the device, so you can't hyperextend anything.
That's
Any questions?
What is the durability like for your product? Do you offer maintenance for your customers who are purchasing?
I believe we have a warranty policy depending on the damage sustained to the product. And on the first part of your question was?
Durability, how do you
Durability.
decide?
We have not tested that currently.
This is a device for someone I would imagine be in a fragile state as it is. So preferably it's not a device to be beating up stuff.
Have like some sort of device buyback thing happening? Because I can imagine if a person buys this device and then they use it and then they get better, then what happens to the device?
That would probably be, then what we spoke earlier with the marketing with the Facebook groups and stuff like that, for individuals that might be looking for this device, maybe can't afford it or their insurance doesn't provide it. Secondhand almost, this, if further down the line, maybe a way to customize these, but in the general, just like different sizing, finding it, passing along secondhand, because the individuals who are affected by these things, it is widespread and broad. So someone might need it, and then passing along can be an option for them once they feel they've been fully rehabilitated.
So along those lines too, what is the average rehab time for, if you project anything for a device like this? And I'm sure it's very subjective, or very, it depends on person.
Yeah.
Very unique to each individual.
So yeah, it is unique, and like was mentioned, physical therapy is generally covered 3 to 6 months. But with the device, the devices on the market are often for chronic patients and don't necessarily offer any rehabilitative function, just assistive function, helping the person move. So with the added rehabilitation, not a lot of research has been done into how much rehab can be accomplished in the after the initial recovery.
So with what you have just said and Kaya's comment just a moment ago, it seems like cases some people might be using this for like 10 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, like warranty and durability become really a factor, right? So especially if you sell at a one-time cost, insurance companies often for things like that, they buy one for lifetime or something like that. So the second one would be out of your own pocket. So in that case, maybe as a customer, I'd be interested in paying like $100 or $200 a month rather than $8,000 up front, but then having some deal with you where like you just keep fixing it, replacing it. If it breaks after 5 years, I send it in, you send me the refurbished version or whatever. So I would like that better. I'm looking at like 10 years treatment.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and thank you for that. We'll consider that in our future models.
Yeah, to add to that, I mean, I know that our product's definitely, like, right now, probably a one-time purchase, but there are definitely different revenue streams that we could reach to, as you mentioned, maintenance. They could, like, get the first 2 years of maintenance for free, but then they'll pay for it afterwards, and call through an app or something like that.
Or if the insurance provider doesn't cover the device, then we can offer that as another option where you're spending like a monthly fee instead of a one-time purchase fee. And then you can also obtain the device that way, making it more affordable to the individuals, but over a long enough time frame, still making a profit.
So in the case that you have somebody who only needs it for a couple of years and it's meant to be used for a longer period of time, could you like reuse the same devices for multiple patients, or are they specific to one patient?
Yeah, so if we're still figuring that out as far as like personalized per individual or on a general sizing scale. If they were generally sized, then yes, we definitely could use that with another individual, assuming the technology is still viable. Okay. Last question.
I want to offer a question. With the general size, I may have missed it, but can you give me like a timeline of how long it would take to develop a fully finished product?
I'm not completely sure how to answer that right now, as we are still investigating manufacturing things. With the 3D printed and that assembly probably would take about a week. But as we explore other manufacturing, other mass manufacturing processes, it could be quicker than that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.